It does. Now I have switched on. I forgot. Okay, so Atma doesn't have samsara except through a misunderstanding. Upadhi nimittameva tvamasya samsaritvam avidyaya adhyaropitam ityesha samudayartaha uktaha. This was stated before. This was not stated in one particular word, but the general summary of what we discussed so far. Atma is Swayam Prakasha. So the body, mind and sense organs, all of them do not belong to Atman. This was discovered as a result of examining waking and dream. But in this discovery, there is a little difficulty. Tatracha jagrat swapna sushupta sthananam trayanam viprakirna rupaha vuktaha. The truth of Atman was discovered first by examining the waking state, then examining the dream state, then examining the deep sleep state. So all the three states, the summary of all the three states was not stated, is going to be stated now. By examining the deep sleep, you come to the final understanding of the Atma. Before that, some part of samsara is eliminated. That he says, Yasmat jagarite sasangaha samrutyuhu sakaryakarana sangataha upalakshate avidyaya. In waking, what one sees is sanga one sees. In dream, we were helped to see asanga, detached uninvolvedness. In waking, we are involved. Sanga means involvement. We are involved, we are related. Samrutyuhu, there is a death also. Because of association with the body, mind and sense organs, I am subject to birth and death. So in waking, one finds oneself being associated with the world, having death, that is mortality. Sakaryakarana sanghataha. And also has the body, mind and sense organs, which makes us limited. This you come to know when you watch the waking. But when you examine the dream, swapnetu kama sanyukto mrityu rupa vinirmuktaha. He is free from mrityu, he is free from birth and death because there is no body. In dream there is no body. Therefore you are free from death. But there is one small defect in it. See, it all depends upon how you understand it. By examining the waking alone, if you discover the Atma, that is end of it. That is enough. You don't need to examine dream and deep sleep. By an examination of waking alone, you come to discover Atma is free from all samsara, then Atma is understood. Those who have not understood sufficiently, because some points are interfering, then you have to watch the dream. While then watching the dream, two levels of sadhakas again. Just as in waking, two levels of sadhakas. Some by examining the waking alone understand the Atma. Some do not understand. They need the help of dream also. Examining the dream, you understand some more. What is one thing? You are free from the body. You are free from the body and sense organs. So this much is understood. That means you are free from death, free from birth and death. Yet, there again two options, as I told you. If you are mature enough, you understand the Atma right there. Atma is totally free. But there are other sadhakas, they understand partly, but partly still remains. You understand Atma is self-shining. Atma is free from the body, but still it has a little bit of desire because it is imagining something. So, mrityu-rupa vinirmuktaha upalabhyate. By examining the dream, you understand Atma to be free from death. But kamaha is there. Kama means desire. Because there is a wild imaginations. You imagine lot. In that imagination, at least there is a little desire. Without desire, no imagination takes place. Isn't it? Unless you have some wish, no, you can't imagine anything. So in dream, there is a little bit of imagination. Kama sanyukto mrityu rupa vinirmuktaha. Though he is free from mrityu, free from death, he has little desires. Therefore, he need to examine deep sleep also. So after examining all the three states, he will come to understand the complete Atma. But it is not necessary that everybody has to go through all the three. If a mature person, sufficiently detached, has good vairagyam, he can understand, he can observe well. By examining the waking alone, he discovers the Atma. He doesn't need even dream, doesn't need the deep sleep. So we take all the three states because to help us free from the prejudice of waking, prejudice of dream. Waking adds some prejudice, some misunderstanding. Dream adds some misunderstanding. To remove these two misunderstandings, we observe, we examine these three states and go to the deep sleep. All the two are given up. But there are some people, even sushupti is not enough for them. Then you have to do something else. So these prakriyas help certain maturity, certain people of certain maturity, not everybody in general. Therefore, that's why you can see here, some place only by examining the waking Atma is stated. Some place it is said that no, observing the waking is not enough, you must do dream also. But what is this? You get a doubt that at the time of examining the waking alone, you told Atma is discovered, but now you say we need again dream. It all depends upon the sadhaka. If a person understands, it's okay. If he doesn't understand, for that sadhaka, dream is required. Now earlier we told, by examining the dream alone, Atma is understood as Swayam Prakasha, Swayam Jyoti. That is true for a mature person. But among the sadhakas, there might be somebody who has not understood even that. Then for such person, he says, dream posed a little problem. Examination of dream has cleared some problem, has cleared some misunderstanding, but still a little bit of misunderstanding remains for those people. For such people, again, deep sleep is also given. Therefore, these two levels you have to keep in mind and don't get confused. First we told, by examining the dream alone, you understand the Atma. Now you say, no, examining the dream is not enough, you need deep sleep. You get confused. Then what did we understand then? While examining the dream, what did we understand? So to resolve this confusion, and to remove this confusion, we say there are two levels of sadhakas. One, by examining the dream, it is enough for him, he understood. He doesn't need sushupti, because what is to be understood by examining the sushupti, he has understood by examining the dream only. By examining the dream itself, he has understood Atma is self-shining and free from everything. Then it's over. That means sushupti is included there. But for another person, in examining the dream, partly some problem is gone, mrityu is gone, but there is a desire. But you didn't tell this before. See, we didn't tell that in earlier examining the dream, we did not say that dream is not complete. Examination of the dream is not complete, we did not say there. There we told Atma is understood directly there. Now we say examination of dream was incomplete and deep sleep is required. You watch the difference? Now we say it is incomplete because it is incomplete for those who have not understood sufficiently dream. For such people, deep sleep is required. The idea is, deep sleep helps you to understand certain fact. If that fact was understood in dream itself, is over. Who has not understood, then deep sleep also is required. Therefore, sushupte punaha samprasannaha asango bhavati. In sushupti, you are really asanga. Really asanga. Ekavakyatacha. Ekavakyata upasamhriyamanam phalam nitya mukta. There you are totally free from all attachment, all mrityu, and all desire. Neither desire, nor mrityu, nor attachment. In waking, all these three were present. Mrityu was there, death was there, attachment was there. By observing the dream, at least mrityu is gone. Asanga is understood. Sanga is gone. Sanga means attachment. Attachment is gone, death is gone. But little bit remains that still you are imagining. That also, because deep sleep shows you have no imagination. You are directly consciousness. That way Sushupti helps you as a pure consciousness without any trace of imagination. Imagination within the consciousness. Even that imagination you have transcended. So, to show that deep sleep, examination of deep sleep is taken up in the 19th mantra. Sushuptehi evan rupatasya vakshamana. For this he gives an example. First, an illustration. Tad yathasminnakashe sheno va suparno va viparipatya shranta samhatya pakshau sanlayayaiva dhriyate. A bird goes away from its nest. Night it sleeps, early morning it gets up and goes out. Goes out and searches all over. Asmin akashe bhautika shenova supernova. Shena and Suparna, what do you call? Hawk and falcon. Falcon means some kind of a vulture. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ? ಹದ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಹದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ಶೇನೋವಾ. ಹದ್ದುನಲ್ಲೇ ವಿದಿನ್ ದ ಹದ್ದು ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಅನದರ್ ಜಾತಿ. ಶೇನ, ಸುಪರ್ಣ, ಸಮ್ ಬರ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಎನಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್. ಸಮ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಫ್. ಸುಪರ್ಣ ಶಬ್ದೇನ ಕ್ಷಿಪ್ರಶ್ಯೇನ ಉಚ್ಯತೆ ಯಥಾ ಆಕಾಶೆ ಅಸ್ಮಿನ್ ವಿಹೃತ್ಯ ವಿಪರಿಪತ್ಯ ಶ್ರಾಂತಃ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ಇಟ್. There is a ship. On the ship, there is a pillar-like thing, a pillar only directly. And when the ship was sailing, moving away from the shore, one bird happened to sit on the ship, on that pillar. I don't know what thought it came to her, and then she thought that let me also travel by ship. And the ship went on and on and on and went deeply into the sea. And the bird was sitting there only. After some time it thought that come on, now let me rise and go back, go to my home. When it has risen from that pillar, it tried to go, but it has gone number of kilometers away, number of kilometers deeply into the sea. It went one direction, went far away. It couldn't find land. There was no land at all. Then came back, went this direction, another direction. There again went for kilometers, 5-10 kilometers. No, 5 to 10 kilometers it just flies only. No land. There is no place to land. Where to land? It came back in the same way flying. Again backside it went. Again came back flying. Again went to this side. All 4 directions it has traveled. It has flown in all the 4 directions. But it didn't find the land. Then it knows the place where I left. That is the only shelter I have. It comes back to the same pillar. Because that is the only shelter. Where else can you go? All 4 sides there is a sea. For kilometers, 10, 20 or even 100 kilometers. How long can I go? Without food, keep on flying, fluttering my wings. How long can I go? So I need a place. It has comes back to the same place. Similarly, in waking and dream, we flutter like a bird. We keep on flutter, clutter, do everything, go all over, scream and shout and dance and jump and do everything. Ultimately, where do you go? You feel tired. When you are tired, what do you do? For doing anything, whether happy experiences or unpleasant experiences, any experiences tires you. Pain tires you faster. Happiness also tires you. The joy, rejoicing, enjoyment also tires you. So when you are tired, what do? Sleep is the only shelter, isn't it? Why? Why do you choose the sleep as a shelter? Because you feel that in sleep you are relieved of this stress and strain. The strain and stress of all your experiences of good and bad will go away. You will be relieved of all the stress and strain, and you come to your natural state where there is no stress and no strain, because it is your natural state. Deep sleep is your natural state. No trace of strain, no trace of strain. At least in dream there is a strain. Physically you may not be working. See, you are walking and dancing. Come and sit on the chair. When you sit on a chair, physical strain is gone, but at least mind exhaustion is there. Fatigue is there. Mental exhaustion is there. Even for that, what do? You have to sleep. There is no way. Even mind has to be put to sleep. When the mind also sleeps, then you are relaxed, totally free from the stress and strain. Then is there anything you have to give up? Body you have forgotten, given up. Sense organs given up. Mind given up. Then what else? If there is anything that causes you strain, even that you would have given up, but there is nothing. After giving up mind, there is nothing. You are alone yourself. You are all alone yourself. There is nobody else other than you. In that state where you are yourself is a natural state, because there is no strain on your part, no stress on your part. If mind is imagining, you are tired. Even a thought tires you. They say, I don't want to even think. I don't want to even think. Thinking also, I want to drop off and remain thoughtless. Thoughtless is the total freedom, total relaxation. Complete relaxation comes only when you are free from even the thought. Similarly, tadyatha asminnakashe shenova supernova viparipatya shrantah. It flies around and it gets tired. It gets tired and contracts its wings. He says, samhatya, contracts its wings and retreats to its nest. Nest means its original place, alone. So too, similarly, evameva ayam purushaha etasmai antaya dhavati. He keeps on running. Up to what extent? Where no more running is required. All the running stops. Antayaiva bhavati yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyati. Where sushupti. What is sushupti? He is not using the word sushupti, suptaha, because in Sanskrit supta can mean dream or deep sleep. Sleep can mean dream also. Sleep can mean dream, sleep can mean deep sleep. Therefore, to distinguish it, he defines, he explains what kind of sleep. One sleep is only physical body is left out and the mind is imagining. But another sleep where mind also is left out. Therefore, he says, yatra nakanchana kamam kamayate, where there is no desire, means there is no waking. There is no desire means there is no mind desiring. Nakanchana swapnam pashyati, doesn't see any world. He sees neither the waking world nor dream world. First is there is no desire. Second is there is no world. Neither there is a world nor there is any thought and wish or imagination. You are in such state. That is the sleep you reach. Okay. So this state is naturally there. Nature has given. Nature has given to us. You give up everything what is not yours. You come to a natural condition, a natural state. You come to a natural nature. Not even state. State means again it is a tentative. It is natural rupa. It is your natural nature only. Nature means yourself. Your essential nature, let us say. Natural nature means essential nature. Because that is something, there is nothing more to give up. Nothing more to leave out. All other, what can be left out, you leave. After leaving out everything, then what remains, which cannot, there is nothing more to remove. Nothing more to leave off. Like you can, if you want to remove here, ceiling you can remove, walls you can break, everything you can break, but what remains at the last is sky. The Akasha, space remains, you can't remove the space. Space is something you can't remove, it is there. Similarly, when everything is negated, there remains something. That is a natural state of you. So this natural state, you come to that state only in deep sleep. All our life experiences can be reduced to only three: waking, dream and deep sleep. You may have coma, you may have murcha, swooning. All this swooning, etc., all of them can be reduced. See, there are two or three types of experiences. Where there is a hard world, all those experiences are clubbed into waking. Where there is an imaginary world, all those experiences are clubbed into dream. Where there is no thought at all, like Nirvikalpa Samadhi or coma condition, artificial coma or coma due to ill health. If you get a coma due to ill health, that is also there, also it is a thoughtless condition. Or by induced coma, like with anesthesia and all, that is also induced coma, that also is a thoughtless. Nirvikalpa Samadhi, by a religious practice, by a yogic practice, you get into a state of thoughtlessness. But all these three, ultimately, the processes are different. The method of reaching the state is different, but the state you reach is same. Whether you call coma or deep sleep or samadhi. Coma, deep sleep or samadhi, all the three are only thoughtless states. A state you are free from thought. How you reach the thought, it differs. In coma also two kinds of coma. One is an artificially you consciously take an injection, anesthesia and go into coma, or due to some disease go into coma. It may be different, but once you go to the coma state, the state itself is free from thought. Okay, therefore, all these various states are reduced or clubbed into one deep sleep alone, because they are all similar. Similar to deep sleep, whether Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Samadhi or coma or deep sleep, all of them are clubbed into one. Then all the types of imaginations, all the types of imagined states, with your mind you imagine various states, various experiences. All those various states where your mind imagines and mind alone functions, all those states are clubbed into dream. But all those states where you use sense organs and experience, all of them are clubbed into waking. Therefore, ultimately, you have only three states. Okay. Why call only three? Because they are ultimate three. All of them can be clubbed into three alone. So, even among these three, which is more natural? Dream looks more natural compared to waking, because in waking there is a strain, more strain, because there is a body, there are sense organs, so there is an extra strain. So you negate them, you give up body and sense organs, go to the dream. At least you retain the minimum mind. People think that physical work is straining. Physical works strains more, sense organs also, karmendriya, even jnanendriya. When everything you give up, close your eyes and you think of something, you are relaxed. Therefore, people say when you listen to music, you are relaxed. Because mind is very in a good mode, very relaxed mode. Because bodily you are not working, you are sitting in sofa. Sense organs also, you are not lifting anything, holding anything. Lifting, holding also gives you strain. So you are neither lifting or holding or anything. All the body, you leave the body. Leave means you throw the body on the ground or on the sofa. You don't hold it, you just leave the body. It lies down there. Then mind alone functions. Then you say mind thinking, mind listening to music is not a strain. It is a relaxed state, people think. But if you watch, in the beginning you feel it is a relaxation. But after some time, how long you listen to music? After some time you find even listening to music is a strain. Then you understand. Then why did you say that listening to music is a relief? Listening to music is a relaxation, you told beginning. But now you say even listening to music is a strain. Now you want to drop even that. What do you want to do? Nothing doing, simply idle, sitting idle. Not even listening, not even thinking. That is really total relaxation. Therefore, means that is your natural state. Like this, we have one natural state. Everybody sees a God's gift, is a Prakriti's gift, whatever way you take it. That deep sleep is a state where you give up everything other than you. You alone remain. If deep sleep was not there, you would not know what is your real nature. You would be all the time in waking and dream and waking and dream and waking and dream. You will be in artificial states. You would remain in artificial states, stressful states. By adopting something else other than you, you will be always with other only. You will not come back to your nature. But deep sleep is such a gift that you can give up everything and come back to yourself. You remain all alone. Even your dearest friend you throw away. Even the dearest person you can't think of. Dearest person means, I think, whomever you consider dearest person or dearest thing. You got some award or something most dearest, you may hold it in your hand and hold it to your chest. But once you sleep, even that you throw away. Even that you don't have it. Even the mother. See, the baby, it loves so much baby. But once sleep comes, baby also you leave and go to sleep. That means everything other than you leave off. You alone remain. There you can't leave yourself because that cannot be left. You cannot abandon yourself also because you alone remain, because that is not available for holding and dropping. Atma, at the level of Atma, holding and dropping, action doesn't work. There is no possibility of any act. Holding, pushing or pulling doesn't work. Holding or dropping, picking up or dropping, both of them don't work. It is beyond all your action. It's not available for any action. It is itself. It is self-existing. It is self-shining, self-existing. It's not available for any action. Because there are no two things. If there are two things, one interacting with other is called action. Action means what? One interacting with other. A single person, there is no action. Oh, you may say, single person also can act. Single person also can act, but single person also, leaving out one state, he enters into another state. I am in sitting position, I want to stand up, there is an action possible. One state to another state you move, you change, there is a change is possible. But there are no states even. Neither there is another thing other than you, nor there is another state other than you. You are formless like space. No movement possible, no change possible. You are all alone. So that is a natural state. This natural state, whether you say God is God's gift or nature's gift or your own gift, whatever gift it is, who gives is a different thing. That you have it is well known. Nobody disputes. You have a natural state, everybody agrees. See, that's why it should not be a matter of belief. If you want to say opinion, then people hold different opinions. Whose gift is this deep sleep? Let us look at deep sleep directly. Whoever gives is a different reason. It is there. That's all. That is a fact. Indisputable fact. That you have a state like deep sleep where everything you give up, you remain natural to yourself. This much is certain, no dispute. Who gives it, whether nature gives, God gives, or you give to yourself? Whatever reason, there you may differ. You have different opinions. But one indisputable fact, all unanimously agreed fact, is that you have a deep sleep. And what is the nature of it? It is a total relaxation. Because you are yourself. You don't think that, you don't feel any strain and stress in deep sleep. Do you feel that you have a stress in deep sleep, therefore you need another state beyond deep sleep? Because you cannot think of beyond, because there is nothing to give up. Nothing to give up in order to reach something more. There is no more. You have reached the peak. Once you are all pervasive, there cannot be, once you reach the infinity, there is nothing beyond infinity. See, 1, 2, 3, you keep on counting. 300,000 lakh crore, you keep on counting, you go to the infinity. After infinity, what? After infinity, the thought itself is wrong. Because you can't think of after infinity, infinity plus 1. What does it mean? Is there such a thing called 101 you have, 1001 you have, 1,000,001 you have, billion-and-1 you have. Similarly, do you have infinity and 1? Infinity plus 1? Because what you add as a plus 1 is already included in infinity. The plus 1 is already included in the infinity. Nothing is left out, that is infinity. Similarly, deep sleep includes everything and nothing is left out, that is completeness. Natural state. After natural, there can't be supernatural. Because natural is natural. There is no super. So the super is also within nature only. The super is a relative again. Super, higher, lower is a relative. It is an absolute state which is beyond all the relationship of higher and lower. It is an absolute state beyond the relationship of higher and lower. Now you can't think of higher and lower. That's why Vedantins are clever. They say which God is superior? Which God is higher God? All religions quarrel. Vedantins say our God is not superior. Ayyo, you mean your God is not superior? Because our God is absolute, they're not superior. Because superior is also a relationship. To be superior, there should be somebody inferior. So who is superior to whom? To somebody who is inferior. So from the standpoint of inferior, he looks superior. Therefore, you require another person. You require a comparison. And then you say with reference to him is superior. But Paramatma is not superior. Oh, you mean Paramatma is not superior? No. Why? Because he is absolute. He is absolute. Because in Paramatma there is no relativeness of higher, lower, greater, smaller. All the relationships, all the comparisons are dissolved. All the comparisons, all the relationships are dissolved. Now nothing is there. You can't say anything. It is it. That's all. All that you can say is this. It is what it is. It is what it is. All that you can say is only this much. It is what it is. Yathartham. That's why in Sanskrit we call yathasti tatha. Yathartham. Therefore, that sushupti is a natural state. If you watch that natural state, all your doubts are cleared. Then what are you is a self-evident. This is what I am. Now, do you have a doubt that no, I may not be what I find myself in deep sleep? This may not be my complete nature. Is there something more? Can anybody ask, is there something more? You ask something more when there is a possibility of more. When there is a possibility of more, you can ask, is there something more than this? So you want that. But once you reach absolute, the desire for more also doesn't exist. Desire for more doesn't exist because it is absolute, infinite. In infinity, there is nothing more than infinity. All the desires also disappear. Therefore, yatra kanchanaka, yatra nakanchana kamam kamayate, the mantra says, where no desire is possible. Why do you imagine? Tell me. Why do you imagine? Because you have certain things. Whatever you love, you can buy, you can produce, you can build houses, you can produce something, you can buy something, you can get something, you can achieve something. But if you feel that all this is not enough, your mind thinks of something more. That imagines, oh, all this is not enough. When you feel it is not enough, out of a discontentment, out of dissatisfaction, your mind imagines. What does mind imagine? Why does it imagine? Why does it imagine? Why does it feel the need to imagine? Because I need something more. Why more? See, what you imagine, something more. Why you imagine? Because what I am already is incomplete, dissatisfied. When you are dissatisfied, you need something more. Therefore, an imagination comes. When you reach the maximum, you are absolutely satisfied. Now there is nothing more, so no imagination possible. So imagination has no room because you have no wish for more. When you have no wish for more, no imagination possible. Therefore, all imagination culminates there. All wishes culminate there. All wishes, wants, all desires culminate there. Because there is nothing more than absolute. What is absolute? Its very nature itself says, having found which there is no desire for more, that is absolute. Therefore, Sushupti is such a state, there is nothing more. Because you don't feel the deficiency. You don't feel the discontentment there. There is no discontentment, deficiency. Discontentment, deficiency is a notion, is a state of mind. Discontentment, deficiency is a state of mind. So you have transcended all mind. Means you have transcended deficiency, transcended discontentment, and it is absolute. In the absolute, absolute is not a mind. Absolute is not a state of mind, because mind is small. Mind is also transcended. And there is nobody other than you, because if there is other than you, you want to attain that. If suppose there is something other than you, I have everything but I don't have that. If you have everything and one small point is left out, you feel that I have everything except that. You want that again. But if everything becomes you and there nothing remains other than you, what can you desire? Everything is yourself. Everything is included in you. Nothing is left out. Desire can't arise. Because there is no discontentment, there is no deficiency, and there can't be a desire also. And there is no need for imagination. The imagination, the wishing, the dreaming, all this only means discontentment, deficiency, something more is required. So that fullness, that completeness, you cannot define completeness in any other way. Completeness is completeness. Absolute is absolute. That's all. Nothing, you can't define anything. You can only negate lesser things. You can only negate the lesser thing, but absoluteness itself cannot be defined, because absolute is absolute, that's all. Infinite is infinite. Infinite is what number? Infinite cannot be defined, explained, described through a number. See? How can you define, describe infinity? Through what number you can describe? By multiplying what number is infinity? Tell me. I'll give you, you tell some number. This number multiplied in this many times is infinity. You tell me by multiplying what number, what many times, how many times you reach the infinity. You can't do anything, because all the numbers are limited. Mind is like that. Mind is only limited. So it is such a thing where all the limitations are dissolved. All the limitations are dissolved. Then there is an absolute. That absolute is, that's why there is no effort. Having reached which, there is no effort. Just why I would give you generally this example of holding the fist. When you hold the fist, what do you do? How long you hold it first? Let us say you hold the fist. Okay, hold it. After some time you ask, now can I leave it? I say, why do you ask that? Why do you ask? Because you feel the strain here. Holding the fist is a strain, because you are applying a pressure. You are making an effort. Then what do you want to say? Leave. I say, leave a little. Okay, leave a little. After some time you say, shall I leave more? I say, why do you want to leave? Okay, leave. How much you leave? Let us see. It opens. You leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Come to a natural state. What is a natural state? How do you know what is a natural state? After opening your fist, after leaving out, you come to a point where you don't feel the need further to open, because there is no strain. If there is a strain, you want to release the strain. Now there is no strain, there is nothing to release. All the strain is gone. There is no more strain. You are natural. So nature is free from all strain, all suffering, all dukkha, all limitations, all mrityu. It is free from mrityu, free from death, free from strain, free from desires, free from ambitions, expectations. It is free from everything. And it is itself. It is itself. It is all positive qualities you think of, it is there in it. Any positiveness, it is there in it. Any positive, it is there. Any negative, not there. Therefore we say, Upanishad, how does it define Brahman? It negates all qualities. All qualities negate, because any quality means a particular amount, particular number. But any number is limited, therefore it negates. It is not this, not this, not this, not this. Okay, how many times you say not this, not this? After negating everything, when there is nothing more to negate, then even not this stops. When nothing more negates, there is nothing more remains to be negated, then you are yourself. Then at that stage, Shankaracharya says, if in that experience, all your doubts and questions, demands, desires, expectations automatically drop off. How do you know that that is the truth? How do you know Brahman is the truth? Somebody asks a question, you see, we should be open-minded, we should be scientific. If somebody discovers that there is something more than Brahman, will you accept it? If you accept that there is something more than Brahman somebody discovers, then we accept you are open-minded. If you say that no, Brahman is final, then you are a fanatic. I will call you fanatic. How do you reply? If somebody says that I have discovered something more than Brahman, what do you say? Will you accept it or not? If you say no, I will accept only Brahman, nothing more, then you are a fanatic. I will call you fanatic. What is your reply? There is nothing more than Brahman. Where there is nothing more, that is Brahman. First you understand what is Brahman. Brahman is something where there is nothing more. Where is that Brahman? Yourself. Sushupti is yourself. Brahman means Sushupti. Sushupti means Sushupti is whose state is it? Are you going to somebody's house when you go to Sushupti? When you go to Sushupti, where do you go? You go to somebody's house with visa and passport and all. Where do you go? It is yourself. Do you need any visa? Does anybody ask for visa when you go to yourself into deep sleep? In fact, all visa institution, all this embassy, everything you throw away and you remain to yourself. You don't need anybody because you alone are there. So that is a thing, is a completeness. Once it is a completeness, is a natural experience, and you will recognize yourself. You recognize yourself, you don't need another person to ask, is this completeness? Is this Brahman? After reaching Brahman, do you get a doubt and ask somebody? When you are eating food, when your stomach is full, when hunger is appeased, do you get a doubt? You ask somebody, you see, is my stomach full? Is my stomach full? Is my hunger appeased? You ask somebody. If you ask, I tell you, you may ask, but never ask the person who serves you. A person who serves you, never ask him, you may ask anybody else. If you ask him, that fellow will only interested in serving you more. He ends up serving more. Because those fellows force you. Okay, so, do you ever ask first? You don't ask because if your stomach is full, you understand yourself. Even small baby you try to feed, it eats. After some time, it shakes the hand like this. Or it doesn't open the mouth, it doesn't eat. Then mother understands, stomach is full, it doesn't eat. Nothing more goes in. Similarly here, when you are full, when you are in deep sleep, there is no desire. Yatra kanchana na kamam yatra supto na kanchana kamam kamayate na kanchana swapnam pashyati. That's sushuptam. That is a sushuptam, is a natural state. So they say, is there God? Is there Brahman? They ask. The deep sleep is your state. Why do you need so much of doubt? It is yourself. Deep sleep, you alone are there. All doubts are cleared. You transcend all doubts. You transcend all deficiency. You transcend all deficiency, all desires, all wishes, all expectations, everything. It is final. All doubts are cleared there. Now you have no doubt there. That is yourself. It is your own natural state. Leaving out, people say that, let us discuss whether God exists or not. Some people say, this question of God creates unnecessary quarrels between people. People kill the countries in the name of God. Therefore, let us not discuss God. Let us leave out God and live peacefully. These modern days people have started. Let us not think of God. God is a topic of quarrel and then murder and all that. Therefore, let us not think of God at all. Then how do you live? We live without knowing God. In our ignorance alone, let us live peacefully, they say. In ignorance, you live peacefully. These are all extreme thinking. Some people say, yes, we must believe. Some people say, no, there should be atheism. Some people say, we must discuss and find out. Some people say, no discussion whether atheism, theism, nothing. We'll just believe, remain ignorant so that we'll we love each other and help each other so that we will not quarrel. All these are unable to find the truth. If truth is there, it should be easily available for all, isn't it? If truth is there, it should be easily available for all. If it is not available, why should we bother about truth? Forget the truth. If it cannot be obtained, if you cannot find it, but it's not for me. If you can't find it, it's not for you. If I can find it, then it is definitely for me. If I can find it, if I need it so badly, and if I can find it, then definitely that is for me. You say you need it, but you can't find it. That means you remain eternally incomplete, eternally deficient, eternally worrying, eternally sorrowful. That's why we ask the question, is sorrow alone is my nature? There is no way of fulfilling it. There is no way of attaining absoluteness. But what is truth? What it should be natural. And it is easily available for everybody. See, truth is the absolute truth you attain in deep sleep. To go to two questions. Is sleep denied to anybody on the earth? How much you need to pay to attain deep sleep? Does anybody charge you? Does anybody take any payment for you? I won't allow you. You have to pay. You have to work hard so much, then only I'll give you deep sleep. It is free for all and unrestricted, uncontrolled, undeniable. Nobody can deny it. Therefore, truth is so easily available. Truth is so great and it is so easily available for all. The people say, oh, they are denying us. Who denies? Dictatorship, that ship, this ship, no ship, no, nobody denies. There is nobody on the earth who can deny you the truth. Truth, because we think this is not the truth and truth is elsewhere and keep on searching and running away. We go to church, we go to temple, or we go to somebody and they will give you. Nobody gives you. Because if somebody gives, that's not a truth anyway. If somebody can give, that is not the truth. What is already self-existing, that alone can be true. Then what is self-existing? What is complete has to self-existing. See, what is absolute alone can be complete. What is absolute alone can be complete. Then what is complete, what is absolute cannot depend on given person, given object, given event, given situation. If you have to do this thing and then only you get it, if it depends upon a particular karma, particular action, particular time, particular place, particular person, then it becomes relative only, limited only. Therefore, it doesn't depend upon anybody. Doesn't depend upon any person, any object, any time, any condition, any situation. It is totally unconditional, unconditionally freely given to all. Not even given, it is oneself. Therefore, truth is so easy, so simple. And if we explain like this, it is so convincing true. That's what Vedanta says. Therefore, it is everybody's. And you don't need it. Any sinner also gets the deep sleep. The greatest sinner on the earth. Apichet sujuracharo. Apichet sarvebhya papebhya papakruttamaha. Gita says that. Sarvebhya papebhya papakruttamaha. The most sinner, the biggest sinner, the highest sinner among the biggest sinners. If you happen to be, even you can find the truth. See, the Gita says. Because the truth is not denied to anybody. Nobody can deny. It is not deniable also. The very nature of the truth is such that it cannot be denied. The very nature of truth is such. Who can deny it? Even if you try to cover it, it cannot be covered. Because there is nothing that can cover it. It is absolute. There is nothing that can cover it. Therefore, it is so openly available to all. Therefore, it is deep sleep. The only thing is you need a sincerity to search for it. That much is required. Because if you are not sincere, what can you do? Can you impose it and thrust it on you? Even if you thrust, it is useless for you. Because when you refuse to recognize, it can't be there. All that requires is you should be ready, open enough to discover it, open and ready enough to find it. If you are willing, you will get it. That's why if you are willing, if you have got a jignasa, if you have got a mumukshutvam, you will get it. Somebody will give you in some manner. Some book will give you, some guru will give you, somebody will give you in some manner. If you are sincere, you will get it. That's what we say. Therefore, don't blame others. Nobody can deny. Nobody can obstruct. Nobody can prevent. Nobody can interfere. Even the so-called interference is also unnecessarily we are imagining. Nobody interferes. It is yourself. It's natural. Therefore, if somebody interferes, does God watch us? Does God watch and allow the interference? See, simple question. If somebody interferes, Satan or something, why should God keep watching the Satan interfering? Can't he remove the Satan first? Why should he allow the Satan? That means the Satan is more powerful than God. See, theologies are like this, alone, thoughtless. Theologies are childish. Thoughtless because a child imagines, as I told you, why the sun shines. My villager servant at my village, illiterate village servant would tell. Did I tell you? Bhima, did I tell you? He says, how does the sun come? He would tell me. I was a small boy, school going by, he would tell me. He's an illiterate villager, some servant worker. Bhima was a very powerful man, strong man. The stories everybody heard. Bhima goes to the place, at the place where the earth was born. We would not know where the earth was born, but we imagine something. A place, a center place of the earth, he says. A central point where earth is born. Bhima goes there, and from the forest he cuts the trees. Because he's a very strong man, he cuts the trees and he carries a big bundle of twigs. A very big bundle of twigs he carries there and puts the place where the earth was born, or the center of the earth. Then he ignites it, he lights it. When the light starts, that is the sun. That's the sun giving the light. But how long? Because he brought a big bundle of it. After some time the bundle gets burnt. Then it becomes ashes. Then what happened? Darkness begins. That's why the night falls. Then what do you do? In the night, Bhima goes again and brings it. This story is interesting story. Like this. Illiterates tell a lot of stories. Does it make any sense? And another story. There was a sweeping woman. Woman was sweeping. When she was sweeping with a broom, her children were coming and interfering. The children, small children, playfully. They don't allow. And the mother got angry, and then with a broom alone, she hit. In fact, we are not supposed to hit with a broom, they say. Don't hit with a broom. Why? Because I'll tell you, you'll understand the story after listening to the story. The mother got angry and hit the one boy with that broom. When she hit one boy, that fellow became sun. She hit another boy, the boy became moon. Therefore, they said, don't hit with the broom, because he may become sun. He may become sun and moon. What do you say, this kind of stories? These are called theologies. Children's stories. This is called theology. But in India, Puranas are not this kind of theology. In Purana has got a Vedantic meaning. So to convey the Vedantic meaning, you use a symbolic language. So that's okay. When you use a symbolic language to convey some Vedantic idea, but the Vedantic idea can be directly verified in Anubhava. You can see it. But if there is no implied meaning in it, then if the literal event alone that old woman hitting her child and he becoming a son is true, or I say that Bhima bringing a bundle of wood and lighting it, and then the sun shines, these stories are, nobody can verify where it is, where is Bhima, where he put it, nobody knows, nobody has seen it. So these are all theologies. So in these theologies, you may say that there is a Satan. Has anybody seen Satan? That he comes and interferes in understanding the truth? But anyway, you believe it, and then your belief alone interferes. You believe on Satan, and the thought of Satan interferes, because that is interference. But here, the truth, deep sleep is you. Nobody stops. Isn't it? Therefore, he says, just as the bird goes all around, how long you go? When you are tired, you come back to yourself. Similarly, when your mind works in waking state, along with the body and sense organs, after some time when it is tired, it gives up body and sense organs. Then mind alone works. Later, it drops the mind also. Then all your jivahood is gone. Time is gone, place is gone, jivahood is gone, all imagination is gone. Then you remain in your natural state. That is Brahman, that is your state. So this helps you to understand in what light, what was the question of Janaka? In what life you live and experience, that is the light. Swayam Prakasha. Swayam Jyoti was told in dream. In dream you discovered, the mature person discovered there itself. But somebody may say, okay, in dream there is self-shining Atma, but there is little imagination also. Okay, then look at deep sleep. If you have that doubt, if you can ignore the mind in dream and can see the light there alone, you don't need deep sleep. If you can ignore, see that even that imaginary mind is also Atma only, right in dream alone you understand the truth. But if you can't, because the mind still it is there is a little bit of imagination. There is consciousness, no doubt, but there is a little imagination. Though that imagination is within consciousness, it is under the consciousness alone, yet there is a little imagination. Okay, even to drop that we help you. See the Sushupti, there is all pure consciousness alone. Okay, I only explained mantra. I have to explain the Bhashyam. I think there is nothing much in the Bhashyam. What I have told is already there, covered in the in the mantra. What I have told, I have covered the meaning of Bhashya also. So we'll continue with these things. Sarva sadharana vilakshanam sarva kriyakaraka phalayasa shunyam swamatmanam pravishati. He enters his own real nature, not entering. Entering also means there is a distance again. See, entering means you come from some place, some an alien place, you come to yourself. Where is that alien place? Tell me. Even the alien place is, you come from another place to come back to yourself. Where is that another? When all pervasive Atma alone is, there is no alien place also. You only falsely thought that you have moved away from Atma. You have moved away from that all pervasive deep sleep Atma, that consciousness you have moved away, and you think as if you are coming back to Atma. But you have never moved away. It is like you have come away from the space and I want to go back to the space. Have you ever come out of the space? You say a part space is born of the total space. Now the part space has to be merged into total space. Has part space come out of the space? How did it come? There is no coming at all. It's only a wrong notion. A wrong thinking made you feel that you have moved away from Atma. So because you are looking at yourself through mind, looking at yourself through the interference of body, to the interference of sense organs. So through the body, through sense organs, through mind, you are looking at yourself. So whatever stand you have taken, this stand is a wrong stand. It is interfering in looking at yourself as you are. Therefore, you remove this wrong stand. That's all. The wrong stand of body, stand from the body, stand based upon the body, a stand based upon sense organs, stand based upon mind you are taking and looking at yourself. You feel that you are away from you. You are away from your natural state. But one thing is, nature means nature. If you have lost nature, it can't be nature. What is lost cannot be your nature. Does fire ever lose its nature? The nature of the fire is to be hot. Does it ever lose and regain its nature? If it loses, it is not its nature. Therefore, your natural state of consciousness cannot be lost. You only think that you have lost. It is only a wrong notion. But the consciousness, you watch, you understand it. No, I have never lost. I have been conscious only. Even in so-called losing state of ignorance, even in that state of ignorance, even in the state as if I have lost my Atma, even in that state you are with Atma only. That means it cannot be lost, neither it was lost nor it can be lost ever. What cannot be lost alone is nature. This discovery helps you to see that you are already free. Therefore, in the next mantra he says, then what is ignorance? If Sushupti is my nature, what is ignorance? Because of which I appear to be losing. I have not lost really. I appear to have lost. If really lost, then it is not your nature. You have not really lost. You appear to have lost. That appearance itself is wrong. You correct it. Oh, I thought that I have lost, but now I understand even that thinking was wrong. That I have lost my Brahmatvam, my nature of being Brahman, that I have lost itself is a wrong thought. That means you have not lost. See, you feel that you have lost. Once you understand that I have lost itself is a wrong thought, oh, that means I have not lost anything. I am already what I am. So this discovery is Atma. Therefore, then what is Ajnanam? because of which you appear to have lost it, is stated in the next mantra, 20th mantra. Ajnanam is stated. 21st, again deep sleep is discussed more elaborately. From 21st, I think from 21st onward until the last is only Sushupti. 33rd. Yeah, 21st to 33rd, only Sushupti only. All the mantras only elaborations of one basic point alone. Anyway, we'll discover first 20th one is Ajnanam. What is Ajnanam? In a way, I told briefly now, right now, that we'll explain more elaborately tomorrow, and thereafter other mantras. Okay, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat.